Hello everybody, this is Detective Giuliano speaking. Today is 15 January 2023 and right now it's currently at 1 at night. The purpose of me recording this video is actually to investigate some cases that I have been investigating for a while. In addition to that, I record this type of video so I can catch up my investigation later. Now, to introduce you guys to what am I investigating today. Today I'm going to investigate about some sickness. To start off, there is a sickness that a human body can suffer from, where the sickness is very dangerous. It can attack human mentality or psychology. If you are suffering from the sickness, you will have symptoms such as you will have lack of empathy. You don't care about others. You don't have any feelings. Happiness, sadness, you don't have that. Even though you don't have feelings, you can mimic that type of feeling. Either it is happiness, sadness, which make you very manipulative. Now, someone who has been diagnosed with the sickness still looks like a normal human, because remember, they are very manipulative, and that sickness is psychopath. In this case, however, it is very interesting, because what if I tell you that a children who has pure heart and innocent can be a psychopath too? A children who are supposed to receive love from their parents and playing with their friends. Welcome everybody to the dark case. Now, today dark case is going to talk about some cases that is very tragic about psychopath sickness. All of these cases is happened back in the 90s and in the 20s, but it is still creeps me out every time I investigate these cases, you know. Now, I want you to sit down and let's investigate these cases one by one. The first case, the death of Silje Marie Redegaard. The death of a 5-year-old girl named Silje Marie Redegaard in Norway shocked the entire country. This is because the killers were her two own friends at the same age, which is 5 and 6 years old. Silje was found lifeless in a village named Ronston near Trondheim City on October 15, 1994. The chronology of this tragedy happened is that Silje was playing with her two friends. Not really playing actually, because the two of her friends bullied Silje, and these two boys bullied Silje with physical attack. They kicked Silje, they threw stone at Silje. They also stripped her naked and left her naked to die in snow. And sadly, because the temperature in Norwegian is so cold, that Silje later found already gone or passed away because of hypothermia. Norwegian law itself is very soft on criminals, especially when they're still young. The two boys later sent to a psychological state or house to be evaluated by the government, because Norwegian government prohibit children from being punished. The names of the two boys never have been released to protect their identity. Now, surprisingly though, the government blaming these two boys' act, these two violent act, to a television show, because later after Silje's death, the Norwegian government banned a film called Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because they contains violence. Now, you may find this case really tragic because the victims is actually just a little kid who doesn't know anything and have really pure heart. But I want you to stick around with me because later on you will find worse cases than this, and this is just the beginning. Second case, the shooting of Kayla Rowland because of child romance issue. To introduce to you, Kayla Rowland is a 6-year-old girl, live in Michigan, United States, and she was shot dead on 29th February 2000 on a leap day. Surprisingly though, the suspect was none other than her 6-year-old classmate, identified as boy. And I want you to remember that this is a shooting cases that happens in elementary school. To be exact, is in Buell Elementary School. A shooting in elementary school where the shooters, it's the student itself. The tragedy is certainly very, very tragic, but the question is, how a 6-year-old boy have a gun? Where this boy get a gun from? And after investigation, it turns out that the boy didn't have a good manner at home, and he's living in his uncle's house, who is also a drug dealer, where not only there's so many drugs stored, there was also a lot of guns and weapons lying around in the floor. That's why this little boy associated with guns a lot. That's why he has one. It is very sad that the kid have very, very poor condition in his family. Even the father of the children has been in prison for committing stealing and drug trafficking. The chronology of these cases happened when the boy asked Kayla to kiss him, and being innocent girl as Kayla, she refuses to kiss him, and then out of rage the boys pull out his guns and shot Kayla. Sadly, Kayla's life couldn't be saved after the shootings. Due to the young age of the boys, he was never been punished, and his identity is being protected by the government because United States also prohibits children from being punished. Soon after though, in 2003, the Buell Elementary School was finally shut down because of drop on students' number. And lately, in 2020, the boy who killed Kayla was in prison for committing stealing and drug trafficking. It reminds me of saying in Indonesian, buah jatuh tidak jauh dari pohonnya, which means that this kid act represent his parents' act. But the sad thing about this cases is that the boy could actually grow just like a normal kid, have a good laugh, good smile, and not violent if he was actually being treated with love and care from their parents. Third cases, a serial killer who started his killing journey at a young age. Born in 1938 and was raised by a very abusive mother. His mother often dresses his son with woman clothing so the son looks like a woman, and that's led him to get bullied at school and called feminine boy. And I want you to meet Carol Cole. Carol Cole was known as a serial killer back in 1977. He became a serial killer at a young age, and because of his condition, Carol has to go to a mental hospital for 3 years. But who would have thought Carol's condition is not getting better? In fact, it got worse, because in 1971, Carol started his murderous act by killing a woman that he thinks looks similar to his mother and deserves to die. What's so interesting about this though is that when Carol Cole was finally arrested in 1980, when the investigations began, Carol said that he already killed around 14 women in a decade period of time. In fact, in the investigation, he also added that he started his killing journey at just age 8 years old. This has happened when Cole took revenge to his friends that bullying him at school. Carol Cole drowned his friends on a lake, but at the time, the police thinks that it was an accident that the boy drowned in the lake, and nobody suspicious about Carol Cole being the killers. Check 1, 2, 3. Hello everybody, this is still Detective Giuliano speaking. First of all, I want to apologize to you because I can't turn my camera on because I think the battery just died. So too bad we can't continue our investigation. But before I go, I have some final words for you. Keep spreading love to each other. Don't go too hard on each other. Respect them, take care of them, because we don't know who's the monster among us. Thank you everybody for watching, and until next time, stay in the dark.